What's going on, guys? Welcome back to more Titanfall 2 coverage here on BlackTideTV. We're going to be covering Titanfall 2 stuff for the rest of the week, so make sure you strap in, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of it. Today we're talking about the 3 new weapons that were available between level 11 and 15 or during weekend 2 of the pre-alpha tech test on Titanfall 2. That would be the Mastiff, the Alternator, and the EPG-1. So we got a new shotgun, a new SMG, and a new Grenadier weapon, and we're going to talk about those today. So the first one that we're talking about is the Mastiff, which is unlocked at level 11. This is the first shotgun unlocked in the Titanfall 2 pre-alpha tech test. And I'm going to be talking about how shotguns work in this game in a future video. I'm going to be talking about if it's okay that they're a little bit more powerful than any other weapon. Because the Mastiff, if this is any indicator of what the shotguns are going to be like in this game, it is an incredibly powerful weapon. The Mastiff is absolutely amazing. You're going to see some gameplay of it in some future videos that we talk about on this channel, but today you're seeing Alternator gameplay. But the shotgun, the Mastiff here, is insanely powerful. It's one-shotting people like crazy. You can fire it very fast. It's got a very wide spread, and it's also got some secrets that you may not have known about it while playing with it. Now, this weapon, I believe, is going to be one of the stronger shotguns in the game, just simply because of its special little traits that it has, the first of which being ammo or ammunition that fires across the map. This is not a standard shotgun like a Call of Duty shotgun where you shoot it and about 15 feet away the pellets just dissipate into nothing and they just go into the atmosphere and don't do any damage past a certain point. Not the same with the Mastiff. I'm not sure if it's going to be the same with other shotguns in this game, but with the Mastiff, your shot is actually going to keep traveling across the map, and you may not have noticed this because you're probably using it as a shotgun in particular. You were probably taking this thing out and going at point blank range where the pellets will hit something before they kill anybody, but these pellets will fly across the map. It's absolutely insane. It's got a very wide spread, and the spread is very interesting about this weapon as well in that it's not exactly a perfect shotgun spread. It's not a perfect pellet spread. It actually spreads in a perfectly straight line, a horizontal line. That's why the actual your actual hipfire indicator, like where it's showing you where your pellets will go when you're in hipfire, that's why it's a straight line, because your pellets will actually fire in a straight line and they will fly that way across the map and do insane damage even at really long range. So it's a very powerful shotgun, and I'm excited to see more shotguns in this game. I had a great time using the Mastiff. At longer ranges you're not as useful, but you can still do some damage, but at close range there's no comparison for the Mastiff. It's just absolutely astonishing how powerful that shotgun is. And like I said, I'm going to be talking about shotguns in a future video, and if it's okay if they're a little bit overpowered in this game. But if this is any indicator on what the shotguns are going to be like, they are going to be extremely powerful. Like, we're talking like Modern Warfare 2 Spaz 12 shotguns in this game, and I'm excited for that because shotguns in shooters in general, shotguns have been fairly weak for a very long time, and I'd like to get back to a point where shotguns can be used as a very powerful weapon again. The next weapon that we're talking about today is the Alternator. I believe this was unlocked at level 13. That's the weapon that you're seeing in today's gameplay, and this is again a very powerful weapon. I'd say it's a little bit better than the car. It's got a higher damage than the car. It's got a slower fire rate and a more kind of crazy sort of recoil, but you can definitely deal with it. It's definitely a very good weapon, and I would recommend that you use it in the full game when it comes out. I think it was one of the better weapons in the game in the pre-alpha build of the game, but it still wasn't as good as that Mastiff. It still wasn't as good as the R201 assault rifle. It's one of the better guns, but it's not one of the best. It's probably one of the better SMGs in the game, that's for sure. So it's got really tight hip fire. It's got pretty decent range. It's got very high damage. The thing about this weapon is that I found this to have the most recoil out of most of the weapons in the game, just because of its strange kind of recoil. Most weapons fire out of one barrel, so that the recoil is very controllable. It either goes up and to the right, up and to the left, or just straight up and down. This weapon, because it's actually firing out of 2 different barrels, it's a twin fire SMG, so there's 2 barrels that are kind of pointed inwards, so your bullets will both hit in the same spot, but it is firing out of 2 different barrels. Your action kind of shoots back and forth between the 2 barrels, so you kick side to side a lot, and it's very inaccurate compared to some of the other weapons in this game. It's still very powerful, and you can still use it at very long ranges, but I found that the car or the R201 are still way more accurate at long range. So this one is definitely made for closer range engagements, and when you get it in closer range engagements, you're not gonna be you're gonna be outperformed by far and few. Like the Mastiff will outperform you, probably other shotguns in the full build of this game will outperform you, but nothing else will outperform this SMG. It's absolutely insane. It's very powerful. All of the weapons that we got between level 11 and 15 are just extremely powerful. And I can't wait to see what the actual level cap in this game is going to be, because if these weapons actually come out between level 11 and 15 in the full game, what weapons are going to come out between like level 45 and 50? Like this is it's going to be a really intense game. I can't wait to see what we have in the full build. The last weapon that we're talking about is the EPG-1. This one was unlocked at level 15, so some of you may not have actually acquired that, especially if you only played during weekend 2 of the Titanfall pre-alpha tech test. The EPG-1, if you missed it, you didn't miss much, but at the same time, you may have missed much if you are really good at this game. It takes a lot of skill to use the EPG-1. It's a very special weapon. It's like a direct energy propelled launcher. I can't remember exactly how I'll put the picture up anyways so you guys can see exactly how they explain it in the game, but it's like a direct energy launcher. It's very much like the Banshee from Black Ops 3, where you shoot the shot out of it and this energy ball flies it flies very slowly, very slow travel time, but it flies. It can go completely 100% across the map. It's got like 100 range, it's got 100 accuracy. It's very powerful in that it can take down Titans. It's actually a anti-Titan primary weapon, more or less. It's not going to be as useful against enemy infantry because they can very easily just sidestep the shot. Although if you do hit enemy infantry with the shot from the EPG-1, it will instantly kill them. You can hit them in their pinky toe and it will instantly kill them. It just evaporates them instantly. Very powerful launcher. It's, like I said, it's an anti-Titan weapon, but it's a primary. So if you're really playing anti-Titan, if you really want to destroy those Titans, if the enemy team is going ham and they've got a lot of Titans on the field, use your EPG-1 and an anti-Titan weapon. It's actually a lot like the Thunderbolt. So if you have your EPG-1 and your Thunderbolt next to each other, side by side, you can take down Titans all day long. All day long. The EPG-1 is extremely powerful. Very good against enemy Titans. Not as good against enemy pilots. It takes a lot of skill to use against enemy pilots because you have to kind of judge where the enemy pilots are going to be and shoot ahead of time. I got a few cross maps, but it's very difficult. When you're using it against enemy pilots, it's probably best to actually use it at close range, like a shotgun, and try and get in very close before you fire it at them so that you know that the shot will hit. If you're even at medium range, it's going to be difficult, and with all the other weapons being still powerful in this game, they will just destroy you before your shot will even make impact with them. Now this can trade off kills as well, but apart from that, there's nothing much left to say about the EPG-1 except for it is a very powerful weapon, and I would definitely recommend that you use it in the full game, especially if you're going after enemy Titans. That is it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something useful. Hit the like button if you did. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more Titanfall 2 content. We've got more stuff coming out this week. I'm going to do a video talking about maps. I'm going to do a video talking about shotguns and if it's okay if they're OP or not. That one's going to have the Mastiff gameplay in it. We're going to talk about the grapple feature. We're going to talk about sniping in this game. Got a lot of Titanfall 2 stuff coming, and if you're interested in that, you definitely want to hit that subscribe button. Click on that little gear thing next to the subscribe button or the little bell if you're watching on mobile so that you can get all the notifications for this channel. That is it for today's video, guys. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something useful. Can't wait to see you guys playing Titanfall 2 when the full game comes out. Make sure you join my network when it does. That's the BlackTideTV network. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.